Oh yeah, I found it. All right, we're gonna talk about the patch notes for Marvel Rivals. Oh my god, it doesn't actually increase the size of it. But we're gonna talk about the patch notes. I got Ira over here, who is another game dev friend of mine, and we're going to go look over the patch notes and tell you what we think. Okay, here we go. So first off, we've got adjustments for Vanguards. See, Captain America. Increased survivability, allowing more frequent entering and exiting combat. Reduces the delay time of shield restoration from 3 to 2. Reduce Liberty Rush, the one where he runs really fast.
No, Liberty Rush is his dash skill. He like dashes forward and does like a small amount of damage.
Okay, down from 12 to 10. Increases base health by 25 and reduce the energy cost of Freedom Charge's ultimate by it was like about 10%-ish.
10%-ish.
Reduces the additional health provided per second to self. Reduces it to 100. You know, one thing though, like from what I've seen from the patch notes, I really like. I kind of like the direction of it. I think obviously there's a couple things I disagree with, and there's things that I agree with, but I think the overall, like the way they're doing it, I think shows a lot of promise. What do you think, Ira? I think it does. It kind of shows that they sort of know what they're doing, which is like, there's games, man. There's games that come out, and I'm like, this is a really good game, and then a patch comes out, and you're like, oh no. You're like, oh no, the devs don't know what they're doing. But this one, it seems like they actually do know what they're doing. So next up is Doctor Strange. I think this is pretty good, honestly. The Captain America stuff. It's just like really small tweaks. Really small tweaks, and I think you know the crazy thing is we were talking about this yesterday, and even though there's a lot of stuff that like pisses us off in the game, it's honestly like relatively balanced. I think it's like not too bad for like how many characters there are in the game. It's not like completely awful. It's not terrible. Okay, so Doctor Strange, they've got reducing threat range. Reducing threat range, increasing the defense window, added damage fall off. So this is the one we really disagree with, right? The Maelstrom and Gamma Maelstrom. This one, they're making it so there's damage fall off from 5 meters to 8 meters, which is okay. So reducing 70%. And the reason why this is bad, it might seem like this makes sense, and it's like a pretty good change because it like encourages you to be like right on top of people. The reason why this is a bad change is because the fallout distance isn't that big because it's a PB AoE, right? It's an ability that originates from your character and around you. That's what a PB. It's called point blank AoE, PB AoE. And since it originates from your character and it doesn't have that much range, like again, like 5 to 8 meters, it's kind of hard to judge like how much damage you're gonna do with it. So that's why I don't think it's good. What do you think?
As a Strange player, like you try to burst combo people, and losing 70% of like one of your main damage skills.
So it's 30%.
It's reducing to
reduces it to 70%. Yeah.
Okay, it's still though, but it's still
it's mechanically bad, I think, because I think it's mechanically bad because it's 5 to 8, which is it's kind of hard to judge that, I think. So there's gonna be a lot of times you're just gonna get cucked because of a miscalculation that like was very difficult to make.
You're gonna randomly not get kills because you can't really judge 5 to 8 meters.
Yeah, that's the reason why we think it's bad. Okay, slightly decrease the shield value, recovery rate. Sure, I think he's a little strong, so I would have actually preferred if they just reduced the damage like by a small amount on the Maelstrom and just normalized it rather than did this like kind of fall off thing. I think would have been better. Anyway, Thor, God of Thunder, could use some slightly increased survivability, improved success rate of his ultimate ability, added immunity to control car control. Okay, fair enough. Increases base health by 25. This is not too big. I mean, this is especially for a tank. I'd say the Hella nerf was like way more significant than this one because like percentage wise isn't like too bad of a buff. I think this is good. See how it was like such a small, it's not like that much. Like 25 is not like massively huge, right? Hulk. Dr. Banner's been dominant, but some decreased sustained combat capability upon entering combat will bring him more in line. Reduce indestructible guard gamma shield from 250 to 200. Yeah. Venom. So the Venom one, like, man, did you think? I guess Venom's impact isn't like as good for like how. I mean, he's like super tanky though, right?
Yeah, I think Venom is like
Okay. So they made this ult better if it hits you. I feel like the ult is not even that easy to hit people with anyway, because you have to hit a lot of people because of the. So it's hard to get like a targeted hit with it. Increases the base fist of this. I feel like I rarely get hit by it, honestly. So it's increases the bonus health ratio gained per lost health. So this is the one where he jumps in and he's like super low health and he gets like a massive shield. I think it's fine, honestly. It increases the base damage. I think this is okay. I don't know if he needed it. I think he needed the second one more than the first one, but yeah, whatever. It's not like a big deal.
Yeah.
Black Panther reduces additional health provided. This is not bad because he's like, the thing is like if you can kill him, then he's not as much of a problem. The problem with the Black Panther is he has like Genji syndrome, where he's like really hard to kill. He's like significantly better like in lower rank where people can't aim as much, and even then he's really hard to hit. Am I the only one that also finds him hard to see? I'm not racist, I swear. He's just hard to see. Like it's just because like his colors are like, it's like the same color when he's not using a skin. It's like kind of hard to see him, I think, compared to other.
Yeah, I mean they have an outline. It's more just he hides and he can like
freaking dash and then dash and then
where
dash.
You normally can't go.
He's also really fucking fast. Let's see. It reduces the additional health. That's actually a pretty significant nerf. It's like 25%. The upper limit. Oh, that's huge. The upper limit of like additional health was reduced by a lot, by 45. Hopefully,
yeah.
I think this was needed. He's a little fucking. The thing is he's really fast, and then he's hard to. He has like insta kill potential basically, and then he's hard. He can get out like really fast. So I think this is a good change. Okay, Black Widow increases. Okay, so here I've kind of a hot take here on Black Widow. I know a lot of people really want her to one shot on the headshots. I don't want that at all. In fact, I don't want Hawkeye to do it either. I think these change, like from what I saw from the changes, I think that they were really good because I don't want her damage to increase. So increase the range of the first effect of Edge Dancer. This is good because this is incredibly hard to hit. So this is good to make kind of like make it more consistent. Reduces the time for Fleet of Foot to recover from 12 to 4. So the one thing about Black Widow, I think the only benefit really, Yogai, thank you so much for the gift sub. Thank you. I think the only benefit really that Black Widow has, she repositions really easily because of her Fleet of Foot. I think making it so that you can do that more, I think is better. So she's like a lot faster. Reduces the time for electroplasma explosion. Fair enough, whatever. It's like, I don't really care about this. I mean, it's good, I guess. I don't even know why it has a charge in the first place. It's not even like that good. Am I wrong? Like, am I missing something about like her ult? It seems kind of bad.
I mean, let me see the damage on it.
Does it do a lot on direct hit? Is that the issue? Like, does it have a direct hit versus splash on it?
It does.
Tank killer shot? I don't think it does. It kill tanks? I don't think it does. It slows them down.
It does 170 explosion damage. That leaves a slow field on the floor.
I guess with the reduction to 0.6 seconds, I guess you could do a shot and then follow up with it, right? Like you can land like a snipe and then follow up with the bomb. But dude, like to kill one person though, that's fucking awful. Anyway, I do like that they increase their damage though. I don't think they should do that. Hawkeye will be decreasing the medium long range damage capability, so this will make him like less good against tanks, right? Which was like one of the major issues. Like he can bust tanks as well as like just randomly one shot people. So this is probably good.
Yeah, it's probably not enough. He's still gonna one shot headshot people.
Again, I don't like that. Hella just reduce base health. Yeah, I think that's magic. Increase Umble incursion range Darkchild. The range. Wait, no, damage. Increase Umble incursion damage. Moon Knight got buffed on his ult just to make it like easier to land. I think his ult's like really good already, but I can see that.
I'm not entirely sure what the point is because I feel like if you're ever in the hand of Khonshu, you're
fucking dead.
Anyway.
Yeah. Made it easier to hit or something.
Not even Luna ult can heal through it.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
We're optimizing the feel of Namor's eggs. Adjusted the throwing feel. Okay, so just quality of life change basically. Psylocke Denser the Butterfly now works. Barriers can block it now. Metal Bulwark. Wait, it pierced barriers before? How does that work?
I'm not sure.
How does that even work? It just bypassed. Oh, they forgot to make it check for shield. So like what happens is if you have a Magneto orb on you that's supposed to negate all damage, you still get hit. Increasing the damage, slightly reduces spread. Okay, so like made his guns more accurate on Punisher. I think that's fine. Punisher is kind of rough because he like requires like he has like a significant healing requirement to play him, especially like without his turret. So Scarlet Witch, increasing Wanda's combat strength when she's facing duelists or strategists, chaos control damage, but reduce. Okay, so it basically normalized the damage. So they added an extra 10 damage per second, but then reduce the damage per against tanks so that it's kind of normalize it. But the extra here might still like do like the same now. It's not more against tanks. I think that's what they're trying to do is make it do more damage against squishies and less against and the same against tanks. I think that makes sense here. Yeah, I think her damage was kind of low against non-tanks. Increased burst projectile damage from. Ooh, this is huge. This is like a really good ability on Scarlet Witch. Like this, like the right-click bomb is really, really good. Increase it by 5. Okay, Storm. This is the one I had ideas for, but it looks like they went the route of making her auto attacks better. Windblade, 50% increase in projectile speed and damage increased by 5. Bolt. Oh man, they did both. They made it way easier to hit and then also increase the damage. Bolt rush damage increased by 10. This one is huge. Like I think this one she really needed, which is after you hurricane. After she hurricanes, she retains the shield. Because before, when you hurricane, and it ends, you're just in the middle of the enemy team, and like you have no shield, and you just die basically. So this is kind of good that they added that. Squirrel Girl addition of a new effect of unbeatable Squirrel. The Squirrel's rush. Oh, it made it so it actually targets a person after it hits. I think it's pretty good, honestly. That's a really good change. Oh, but they also reduced the health, so like you can kill it, I guess now. So before it was unkillable, really. So yeah, it's huge.
You basically have to kill it now, I guess, because otherwise you're gonna have like an army of squirrels just haunting you for like 10 seconds.
Yeah. Bucky. Decreasing long-range combat strength increases survivability. Okay, so they're pushing him like more to be like a lot closer range. I think it's fair. It's already hard to hit with his freaking slow-ass fucking projectile anyway. So it's kind of making him more deliberately like a kind of close-range choice. Increased projectile damage on... This is the freaking ball, right? Increased bonus health from hook, provided by Hook. Reduce the... So he has like a lot more survival. Reduce the area damage from 70 to 60 and decay. Increase the base health. Wait, this is gun? I wish they just said like Q, passive, left click, right click. I wish they just put that because this is kind of hard to read.
Yeah.
This is kind of bad, I think, like the way they did that, but whatever. All right, Wolverine, Logan, increased the basic combat strength, slight decrease additional survivability after activating. Okay, so they're just normalizing it a bit. So they're making his active defense less good, but increasing his base health. And the reason that they did this is because if you just increase his base health, it would stack with this. Like it would be like kind of what do you call it, multiplicative against this, I guess. That's why they reduced it here, so that when he pops it, it's about the same as before, survivability wise, when you have your damage reduction ability, but then your HP is a little bit bigger to compensate, like all the time. So you have a little bit more defense all the time, basically. You know what's really impressive about this is they know what they're doing here, because this is like they put some thought into this, right?
Yeah.
This is like kind of high. Like I know this is gonna sound like dumb because you're like, wait, that should be obvious. A lot of game designers would miss this, and I think this shows that they have like a pretty good competency when it comes to balance, because this is they took that into account in the design here. So the design comes from a person who understands balance design, is what I'm trying to say. Cloak and Dagger, reduce Dagger Storm cooldown. Is Dagger Storm the one she throws like it makes an orb? That's orb, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, fair enough. Like it's a really good ability, but it does have a long cooldown, which is kind of rough on the healer. Increases the number of dashes, internal bond. Okay, it's just like slight buff. I don't know if she really needed it that much.
It's pretty big buff, I think. No, it's like 33% increase in your ultimate efficiency. Like It's pretty big.
Oh, you mean this that increases number of dashes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
It's like I don't know. I don't think it was needed. Like Cloak and Dagger ult was already like really good.
That's what I was literally saying. Is that like I don't know if it was needed basically because it's like she was already I think maybe like just a Dagger Storm might have been okay because it's just like uptime, right? Like 15. I don't know, but then again, it's really good. Dagger Storm's also really it's really good. It's kind of like I don't know, man. You know, like I don't know how I feel about this whole thing in general.
Yeah, I'm not sure any part of Cloak and Dagger was really that weak that need a buff. Like, I mean, maybe her basic
her ult was still
is...
worse than like Luna's and Mantis's.
I mean, even the healing, it didn't last as long, and you had to stay in one area, but like it healed a fuck ton, and also does damage.
All right, Jeff the Land Shark. I guess it does deny like space, which is really strong. Jeff adjusts the ultimate range. Oh, so it's not fucking massive anymore. Okay, so they made it like rather than making it a sphere. So like before it was a sphere, now it's a cylinder, so that it's easier to gauge if you're far enough away from it now. This makes sense for both Jeff and the players fighting against it. Because a sphere is like, it's kind of harder to judge the shape in your mind of like where the boundary of the sphere is. But if it's a cylinder, you know that if the graphic is on the ground and if you're less than 5 below it, you'll get hit. That's why it was hitting people like really fucking high in the air because of this. I see. Increases the healing of Joyful Splash. That's like his like, is that the
that's his left click.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. All right, Luna Snow, increase in no more epilepsy Ara. Increase the interval between switching, so like you can't get like both benefits as easily anymore. All right, Mantis, reducing the passive movement speed. Okay, so she can't like as easily like be like a flanking menace, I guess. Rocket Raccoon increases the healing repair mode. Okay, I mean it's fair too. Team ups. Oh, they're reducing the season bonuses. I think this is good. I don't like the season bonuses, honestly. I don't like this shit. It's gonna make it like kind of hard to balance, I think, like in general, right?
Yeah, it's
I'm not a big fan of this mechanic.
Numbers are also like pretty big. Like even like 15% is kind of huge.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't like this mechanic in general. I like the team ups, like the new abilities. I think that's really cool. But just like the flat like bonus is, I don't really like it. It's kind of boring and it's just power for no reason. Let's see, Frozen. So Frozen spawn damage increased. Oh, it's just freaking buffs for Namor here. Reduce the cooldown ammo by 5 seconds. I mean, it's not that much. This is really strong though. This is like really fucking strong. But like, it's not too bad, I guess. Like as far as like the cooldown reduction, it just makes them a little bit more fun to play, I guess. Scarlet Witch, Magneto increases the projectile damage, and then Storm. This is pretty big. Again, the problem with Storm is cooldown, so having that 5-second buff here is really 5 more damage. It's kind of low damage anyway. But this is all the damage she needs to kill you. So this like extra 5 is probably gonna make it a lot more consistent to get kills with it. I think pretty good first patch, in my opinion.
Yeah, overall pretty good.
Again, there's like some issues, but nothing like super glaring. Like stuff that like I disagree with, but it's not like this is like unplayably bad. Like other games that we've looked at previously, the patches have been like just unbelievably terrible. Like they don't even know what the fuck they're doing. I have like pretty good faith in this balance team. I think this is like a good showing. I think it shows that they are competent. Any other thoughts, Sarah?
No, I agree. I think the only thing I would have liked to see is probably Luna Snow ult duration decrease. Oh
yeah, it was really fucking long. That's a good point. I think that would have been good. It locks up the field for so long.
When you have 2 Luna Snows just ulting, it's just literally like you might as well like
AFK
just
basically.
ult out for 10 seconds.
Yeah, true.